Hey guys, this is Sean with Integrity Ranch. I want to talk to you guys about a couple things. First is going to be who's working for who here. And second is who's got your back. So who's working for who? Are you working for your cows, or do you want your cows to work for you? I want my cows to work for me. There's really no questions there. But I don't want to be a tyrant. I want to consider some things. And so you gotta weigh it all out. So Tank here, we've had a little talk we just did, and he was telling me he really would rather get all the cows bred in May. That was his opinion. Weather's a lot nicer, humidity's lower. So he thinks that would be great. But I was trying to explain to him, if he breeds all the cows in May, they're going to drop calves in April or whatever. I mean March. And that's just shitty time for dropping calves. So we agreed that he's got to do his job in July and August, because we want calves in April and May. But he would much rather do his job in May. He told me it himself. But he works for me, and so he's agreed to keep doing his job in July and August. He likes his job enough, he's going to keep it. So if you're out there dumping, I've been seeing a lot of people putting out these heat tubs. I didn't even know what a heat tub was until this year. But it's a lick tub for the summertime that's supposed to give them, I think it's got more energies in it than proteins. Try to get them to consume this grass. A lot of this grass, goes dormant in the summertime. And so it's supposed to really help them out then. But if you're out there putting protein tubs out in the middle of the summer, who's working for who there? I think you're working for the cows. I'd argue even in the middle of the winter, if you're putting protein tubs out, you're working for the cows. Have you ever tried to pick one of those up? I mean, that's a lot of work. I do 95% everything I do is on a quad. 250-pound protein tub would break my back and then break my quad. So I want the cows to work for me. It's pretty simple. Who's got your back here, guys? Do you think the feedlot owners got your back? Do you think the sale barn owners got your back? The neighbor with the big old black cows and the huge grain bin, feedlot, the dry lot, all this other stuff. 5th generation cowboy. He knows it all because he's been doing it forever. But times change, things change. So we can't continue to do business as normal. So does your neighbor have your back? I don't really think so. I think you've got to have your own back in this deal here. The sale barn buyers, they want the black cows, and they want them to be pretty close to as tall as you are. If you're a short person, then you definitely need taller cows. So they want those leggy, tall cows that they can dump some grain down and put some weight on. They don't really want the stuff that does good on grass. They don't have grass. They have corn. Feedlot guys don't have grass. They have corn. So why would they want stuff that'll do good on grass? Well, you probably don't have corn. You have grass. So you need something that does good on grass. And you need to watch your own back, because nobody's really going to do it for you. But you've got to work on lowering the inputs. If you're feeding lick tubs three months in the summertime and 4 months in the winter time, you're weaning your calves for 60 days. You're giving them 2 rounds of 8-way, 5-way, 8-way, all these different stuff. All these expenses, who's keeping track of the numbers here? Because it doesn't seem like it's adding up. Feels like, the time you pay some lease, you lease some ground, you pay your lease, you pay for some hay, and you pay for mineral. That's about all you need to pay for, or you should have to pay for, or it's going to become pretty tough to make some money. But if you've got to, pay your lease, pay for the hay, now, and you need to pay for some junk hay because you're calving too early, and the ground's frozen, and so you've got to roll out some junk hay for these calves to be born on. So you need more hay than you should. So now you got to pay for the hay, pay for some junk hay, pay for lick tubs about 7 months of the year, pay for the all the shots, all the antibiotics, and you've got to pay your minerals, pay your lease, and you've got a grain bill at the feed store that you've got to pay because you're weaning your calves and graining them for 60 days. I feel like you're losing money, honestly. It's seeming pretty depressing just talking about it, really. So, you know, are you looking out for your own back by doing that? Are you doing the numbers? Because it's cool to be able to go to the coffee shop and talk about this cow that had a 75%, you know, she weaned her calf at 75% of her body weight. But if you had to creep feed the calf its whole life, are those true numbers? If you're not careful, you'll get caught up in that coffee shop bragging. Everybody loves to do it. It's a pretty good feeling. We as humans love to brag about stuff. And so you could dump corn down a calf or lick tubs, all this stuff to get a little bit more weight. But at what expense are you getting it? You definitely will have more bragging rights. But is it really looking out for your own back, for your own interest? I would argue that it's not. So, figure out what you need to do to be making money. And in some cases, maybe pouring some grain down some big old black cows is going to do it. But it's not making us money around here. So we've got to have these smaller frame, grass efficient cows that'll get the job done with very little inputs, mineral and hay, and then whatever sunlight and water will grow. So, some things to think about, guys. Who's got your back and who's working for who here? If you've got to turn your bulls in at their convenience and calve at their convenience, you're not the boss anymore. The employees took over. I think in most cases they've already taken over. They've got a pretty nice life if they get to decide when they want to breed, how much feed you need to be giving them. So, get your cow herd back, I guess. Thanks for watching.